See a lot of tension. Slow it down hard. That's it right there. At the end of the day, the most important thing after a good grip, aka face control, is deceleration.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
never practice this.
No, nobody does. Some driver issues, right?
Yes.
Had some duck hooks in there. We recently worked on some shallowing.
Yeah, so we're working on some things, and so at the start of the year, I was fading it, slicing it.
Yeah.
Weeks up to the right, and then we started working on the shallowing.
Yeah.
A lot of hooks yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I think there was one more step we needed to do, not just like aligning a face with a better grip and the shallowing aspect. The last thing you need to do is to have better drives, is to work on your deceleration. Whatever that means to you right now, like deceleration. Why do I have to decelerate the club? Isn't it supposed to go fast through the air? We'll talk about that in a second, what that exactly means for you. Okay, let's hit a couple more warm-up shots. I kind of want to see what you do with the 7-9, and we'll hit some drives. Right? They're fully warmed up. Perfect. So in your warm-up shots already, to kind of nurture the deceleration, would you mind doing some of these Tommy Fleetwood follow-throughs? Stop really, really hard. It's like an Olympic gymnast kind of landing the trick and then tightening up, right? So no wobbliness whatsoever, just tight and, you know, grab the ground with your shoes and tighten up. Perfect, like that. Good, awesome. And we're going to make it a little bit more difficult for you. I like to see you hold that ending position until the ball falls out of the sky, right? Awesome. You're such a good athlete, I think you just need to hit the brakes a little bit harder. Good, perfect. It looks so good already. One more?
Okay.
Grip, A+, your shallowing piece on the downswing, A+, hit the brakes. Oh, yeah, exactly. So I love that happened for the viewers on behind the camera. That was a 15-yard overdraw.
Yeah.
I would have missed the green.
Oh, yeah.
The big question in golf is,
why?
What happened? Right? Why? Like, if you decide to tighten up your finish before you swing, whether it feels amazing or shitty down there at the moment of contact, your general dispersion will tighten up. It'll, on a meniscal level, it'll just get, everything will be a little bit finer, your face control, etc., etc. So if you hit 10 shots with a loose finish, I promise your dispersion is wide. If you hit 10 shots, high quality between the ears, super commitment to this tight ending position, your dispersion will tighten up. So I'd like to make your face wariness a little bit, not so technical, but through like, tighten the core, clench your butt cheeks, the toes are grabbing the ground, right? Pros look pretty relaxed here, but we're actually not. This thing is tight, right? All right. So one more shot with this. You were loose. Loose means spray box all over the world, right? All right. Tighten up. Even if you shank it, who cares? I called it. That was a hustle hit, right? But you look good now, right? Let's do it again. And I'll give you a little bit more advice. Tighten up. Good. How was that? That was flush. Perfect. So instead of applying force and effort towards acceleration, would you mind doing just your normal smooth golf swing, smooth up, smooth down, and the only thing where you apply force and effort is in the deceleration post-impact, right? That, relax, up, relax down, and then, good. What did you feel there?
That's solid.
Yeah.
Very solid.
Did you feel your arms were slinging off the chest? I'll do it again. All right. Smooth up, smooth down, clinch. All right.
I don't know what, it's a solid feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the saying, you can't shoot a cannon from a canoe?
I have not.
Does it make sense? Kind of? That's a German thing? I don't know. We don't want to talk about war stuff. No, but basically what you're doing right now, and I'll show the guys there in the camera, you go to the top, you fire as you should, but immediately you hit the brakes. That's, so when the pelvis fires and stops, then the next segment that's supposed to fire in the kinematic sequence, the chest, fires and stops, and so forth, left arm fires and stops. If you fire and stop all these segments, then the left arm finally in the club has a chance to deploy from the chest. That's a kinematic sequence in all of rotation sports. If you keep firing and firing with everything, your arm has no chance to get that snappy feeling. All right. So most golfers do this, right, and this never comes off the chest. I like to see do this. Right. Now, what does my body do? It fires and stops. Right. Right. Okay. We're doing a couple exercises real quick before we hit the driver. Right. Squat down. Right. And compress the ground and immediately stop it. Right. So exactly, like that's one way to go about it. Right. Another exercise is so just kind of get the idea of like how the swing should work. You fire and you immediately shut it off. Okay. The next exercise we're going to do is what I call the torso acceleration drill. Club over the collarbone here, please, with me. So you go fire, stop, and then you go again. Good. And there you go. So backswing, fire, stop, and then just the chest. But the chest fires again. Check. There you go. Perfect. Good. Perfect. So you see that jolt? You feel that like, right? So that's what you need to get in order, the fire stopping prior to impact. Because energy needs time to run through the system into a club. And before you were just firing and never stopped, right? So it's like this short impulse. Most of the time, like in a locker room, the boys, they got the towel, the snap of the towel. I've never been a victim. That was nice. But it's the same principle. The towel only whips because you fire and you stop it, right? So, hey, one more 7-9 for me, please. All right, fire, stop. That was awesome. Look at your shoes there, how tight that is. That's a tour caliber finish. You don't see any tour player wobbly like that. Phil Mickelson with the big calves. There you go. I got them too. Let's do it again. So I think honestly, in terms of your development, that's all you needed. You needed to like tighten up your swing a little bit. All right, fire, stop. Wow, so clean. You're a machine now. Good. Now it's easy with a 7-9. More force of a longer shaft, right?
Yeah.
I would suggest for most people at home, if you don't mind, I'll hit one drive, to start the fire and stop drill. Again, you just kind of like learn in the gym, fire, stop. Or you do this, or you do the torso acceleration drill, like this. And then with a driver, I would start with chips.
Oh, really?
All right. Like this. 180. 180.
That's not bad.
Can you stop an inch after the ball? Inch after the ball. Which means don't put any effort into the acceleration. Just let it come down and just stop it. Love it. Way better. That flew 140.
Hit the fairway.
Yeah. It's self-organizing too, right? You have a good grip, Bradley. You have a good shallowing piece. At the end of the day, the most important thing after a good grip, aka face control, is deceleration.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
never practice this.
No, nobody does. At the end of the day, the most important thing after a good grip, aka face control, is deceleration.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
never practice this.
No, nobody does. But all the high-end coaches and the guys who truly know what's going on, got to decelerate the guy.
It's not drawing.
Oh, come on! It's a 1-yard cut. It's a 1-yard cut. Now,
oddly hitting in the middle too. Though.
Yeah, because you're stable. You're stable. You're not on a canoe anymore. You got a big warship now. Good. Those had a dispersion of 5 yards. Wow. Good. Now let's take it to the top.
Okay.
Once again, the pitfalls are most guys want to crank it from the top as a feel. Let it come down and then hit the brakes. Mostly in the hands. Right? If I slow the hand speed down, the club deploys forward. If I keep the hand speed for too long, the club's never going to go fast, right? So you see, that is not acceleration of the club face. It's I'm firing the hands, I'm shutting them down right away, right? Right. Then just take it a little bit longer, and then same story. That's all effort in deceleration, right? Just do a long backswing, let it come down. Good.
Now,
Keep at it. It's going to self-organize. It's where I don't have to say too much. Just good. The club whips. You feel the force?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did some indoor speed training with you.
Yeah.
We haven't gone to the deceleration aspect. Right. But that was the...
it's great.
Now, we call them freezers or stingers, and then this is basically the explanation of like why Tiger loved his 2-iron, 3-iron stinger so much. It synced him up. I mean, he was as a junior golfer, he was so... He had the big Olay swing of, like, so his hips fired so hard, but they slowed down too late. When you look at Rory, he fires his hips hard at the highest rotational speed on the PGA Tour, but he also slows them down early and hard. He slows them down so hard, he actually goes into reverse. If you look at Rory's hips, they fire, reverse, go like this.
Really?
So they fire 5 degrees back.
Okay.
Like, it looks like this. Okay. And Minwoo Lee has the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're Minwoo Lee almost like his shoe comes up and it comes back down too. So that's how strong they stabilize. But you're strong, dude.
Well,
So long swing, and give me another Tommy Fleetwood follow through, like a full backswing Tommy Fleetwood. Good. A little fadey, but it's good. Yeah. I think on a tight hole, always go to a freezer follow through.
Yeah.
Good. Last one. Stop hard. Wow. That's nice. That roll past the 250.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Half swing.
No, it's not a half swing.
Wow.
A full.
It seemed like I was going very easy.
Yeah. That's really what you need.
That's what I need.
Yeah. Then you get both fades or draws. Who cares? But it's going to be in a tight corridor.
Okay.
But all that like super errant shots, the snap hooks, the block slices, come from what I call dynamic instability or too many micro moves, and you can get rid of them by just shutting them down. But just like
Yeah, like I felt
Yeah.
like I was.
Yeah.
Like this, and I guess then okay.
I'm gonna put the camera there so we can
Okay.
see a couple times. Like we had one more thing to work on. That's kind of optimizing your driver. Show us please the left shoulder movement that you used to do. It kind of was more stacky and left. Perfect. So when we look at the ball position, let's do it one more time. In relation to the ball position, you did not get behind the ball, right? So yeah. So work the shoulder literally in linear across. Even more. Even more. You're still stacking it too much. Okay, I'll have it real quick. Do just more across that way. Stay right there. Perfect. That's better. Yeah, right. More across. Yes. Last one. Through your feet, through your core. I like to see a lot of tension. Slow it down hard. That's it right there. Love it. So it just gets like 5% better through deceleration. Whenever you're nervous, whenever a tee shot means something to you, focus on the quality of the ending position. Simple as that.
Every tee shot.
Maybe every tee shot, yeah.